a lot of times in prison, there's the whole rape aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that firsthand?
I didn't see it, but it was going on.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't. It's not in the sense of what people think. This is why people were scared of the youth offender prisons. So people can Google it because people don't like to believe me until they start Googling it. We have what's called a TOH, which is the test of hot. When you go to the YOs, you're going to get TOH. And this could be you getting jumped and beat up, which really isn't a TOH. Or we would take, the chain link fences, we break off a piece of fence, straighten it out into a poker, chopping it up. You're getting held down and poked up in your ribs, your legs, your ass cheeks, your feet, so that you can't get up and do nothing afterwards. You're getting hit like 200, 300 times. They're relentlessly stabbing you with this poker. Now, they're not going all the way in, but just enough that you feel it because they want to extort you. You're going to break it off. The second you say you're going to break it off, it's done.
What does that mean, break?
That means you paying rent. You got to pay to stay here. You know what I mean? So your ID card with your name and all that shit in your picture, that's what you swipe at the canteen line. So people are getting ran down on for shit like that. And it was bad. One of the spots I was at, they're trying to boil your dick and nuts in water. But the whole rape thing was the broomsticks. You had kids getting fucked with broomsticks. It was more so a fear factor. Somebody would get held down, get stripped. Now their pants are off, their dick's out, they're nervous. They ain't never been like this before in a situation like this with 8 people fucking face tats. Like, cause these kids are young as fuck, but they look crazy and they look older. And they take out a broomstick and a lot of people will break it off just like that. Hey, yo, you got that. I'm gonna pay. There were some kids that didn't care and they still went through with it. And some kids were getting their intestines blown out because 14 inches of a fucking broomstick's getting put in their ass. Ugh. And there's a lot of cases like this of the shit happening at the different prisons that I was at. So you had kids getting tortured and fucking, you had one kid, he ended up suing. I think he won like, I don't know, maybe like 100,000, some shit.
That is not worth it.
Not at all.
that 100,000 is.
But they were getting damaged, and I mean the place that I got cut at, Lake Butler, that reception medical, the COs put a hit on one kid because he had sex charges. So the COs are like, they brought him in the dorm. Yo, we got a baby fucker. He got hit with a broomstick. He's on a shit bag for the rest of his life.
Stay out of jail, kids.
Yeah,
stay out of jail.
That was
Y'all
like
don't want this.
That was more so. What was going on in the YOs, in the adult prisons, it's not really, I mean, you could say it's rape because it's not consensual, but motherfuckers is getting scared out of their ass. Like, they getting ran down on, knife put to their neck, and they get fucked like that. And they ended up giving it up, doing their eyebrows. They become a whole, we call them boys. Boys, sissies, punks. You see them with the tight shorts on and all that shit. They transform into a different person.
Okay.
That's just, Florida's a fucked up place.
Crazy. No, I mean, I used to always say, I watched the movie American Me.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
The rape scene, with the Mexicans and the Italian guy.
Yeah.
That scene right there made me never want to go to prison. Right there. I saw that and said, no thanks.
Yeah, see, I thought that type of shit was fake. Because then I always heard the rumors behind the movie how people got killed.
People got killed over that.
Behind that shit because it wasn't true.
Well, not because of that scene.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't that one?
No, it was because they showed the leader of the Mexican mafia getting raped in the youth authority.
Okay.
Remember when he first got there?
Yeah.
There was a dude that was going around, and then remember he killed the guy that raped him?
Yeah.
That right there. Because I remember Danny Trejo was a guest on my show, and he was affiliated with the Mexican mafia.
I think I watched it.
Yeah. So
I've been watching you for a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're really legendary in this shit. I don't know if enough people tell you, but.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I try. But yeah, but he talked about that whole situation. Yeah. And apparently that never even happened. So the fact that he put that scene in there to try to make it a little more graphic.
Repercussions.
A bunch of people died over it.
Yeah.
A bunch of people. And there was actually a hit on Edward James Olmos for a long time. He had to carry a gun and, there was money on his head.
And from what I understand, some of the people featured in that movie, like I think like got killed because of them being in that movie.
4 out here and about, I think 6 in prison.
6 people got killed over American Me.
Yeah, probably about
just being
8.
part of it.
Yeah, but it was funny because I remember Donald Garcia, another Mexican mafia that got out and turned Christian, just straight out said, they were talking about no, and he go, yeah, that falls on you, Eddie. So.
Okay.
So you've got to be the power of cinema, you got to be really careful.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And I don't mean, am I offending somebody? No, you just got to be real careful about telling the truth. Okay, the leader of the Mexican mafia was never raped.
But yeah, no, but that scene with the, I don't know if that scene with the Italian guy, with the mafia Italian guy happened where they stuck a knife up his ass, but
Right.
really just all the rape shit in there made me just say, nah, man, I'm good. I'll stick to women.
Yeah, nah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like it aside from the broomstick shit, it wasn't that common in the YOs, but I ended up getting my YO snatched after I got hit with the brick because they said I was involved in a gang war.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, they sent me to adult prison. And my first adult prison was Appalachia CI, which is known as Gay CI. And that's where I really saw like the booty bandits, these big ass dudes that walk around with 2-3 white boys behind them. And that's where shit's different, bro. Cause I was close custody, which is the equivalent of max custody. Mm-hmm. So I was close. So even though I only had 3 years, I'm in here with people that got life and shit. Our specific dorm was celled, but you had other dorms that are open bay, where it's just a bunch of bunk beds and shit. Like there's no, you know what I mean? It's just bunk beds everywhere. Those dorms smell like ass because of the shit that's going on in there. Like it's fucking disgusting. But it's common in the prison system.
Did any of those guys ever try you?
Fuck no.
No.
Nah, I mean, well, you got to think, I'm white, which is who they would typically go for.
Yeah.
But everybody knew I was affiliated.